Okay.
Today, we're joined by Dr. Shu-Hua Wu and Dr. Sulaiman Alrabah. Dr. Wu is an associate professor, and Dr. Sulaiman is a professor at the Language Center of the Public Authority for Applied Education and Training in Kuwait. Their research interests include language teaching methods, teacher education, second language acquisition, technology in language education, learning styles, multiple intelligences, L2 reading research, L2 writing research, and curriculum. And I am interested in nearly everyone that you have there. So I am looking forward, along with everybody else in the audience, to learning more about promoting the oral reading fluency of EFL students through reading progress. Okay, Dr. Wu and Dr. Sorry, mess up your name there, Dr. Sulaiman.
So far, so good. Yeah, very good. So, promoting the oral reading fluency of EFL students through reading progress. So we put EFL, English as a foreign language, for those who are not familiar with the abbreviation. And then go to this. This is the map of the presentation we're going to do. First of all, I'll give you a bit of a background about reading progress, why it came to be. And then Dr. Wu is going to make demonstrations and show you how reading progress can be done, applied in the classroom with your students. Then I will be talking about pedagogical implications of reading progress in the classroom. So this is part of MS Teams. It's like a digital innovation, enabling students to be able to read through individualized instruction, which means like one by one, not a whole group. When you have reading aloud in class, you might say, okay, the whole class repeat after me, and then some students will be echoing, will not be really like when you put a long word like expectations, for example, you're not sure that everybody is going to say expectation. Some people say, and then, you will not be able to hear as a teacher. So this part is like individualized, is better than group structure. This is a background, sort of a research support for reading progress. It's a digital innovation. But how it came to be that there was a study done by Stanford University in 2021, and they have tracked the reading fluency of second and third graders, like Native American school children. And they found that the oral reading fluency course fell like 30%. So they were behind what would be expected in a typical year, which means they have been tracking the oral reading fluency of school children for quite some time. And then when the corona epidemic happened, they used online teaching, and then this part of the curriculum was not addressed. So they fell behind. So now we need to use technology to redress this problem. Also, in the reading skills at college, we talked about graders, second and third graders, but even at the college level, some college students in the US have not crossed the threshold of foundational skills, reading skills, associated with word, sentence, and discourse level process. As a result, they were assigned to developmental literacy programs, like remedial classes, so they can enhance their reading skills. A quote by Asper, 2019, said, about progress monitoring, which is very important in reading. Having students read aloud along with a model. So you have a model, you have a product, like a product-oriented approach to teaching reading, well-paced, expressive reading, and also receiving specific feedback through systematic progress monitoring, which is receiving specific feedback means like if I mess up with a word like expectations or like satisfaction, then the reading progress platform will highlight these words and tell me to repronounce them again, say them again. So as a result, this also helps students' fluencies too, the monitoring, the progress monitoring. So what is reading progress? Reading progress is a free tool, which means you don't need to pay any money to participate in this platform. It's built into Microsoft Teams from the assignments page. You have a pull-down menu and then you hit reading progress. Support and track reading fluency in your class through independent reading practice. Educators can upload a single reading passage as a Teams assignment. Students read the text out loud, creating an audio and video recording that the provided reading coach can play back for them for self-monitoring and correction. These recordings will allow educators to check student progress more regularly while also freeing up time for active instruction. So the research support for oral reading fluency stems from lots of accumulated studies. They established an association or a link between oral reading fluency and reading comprehension. In order to comprehend words, in other words, you have to articulate them loudly. Hasbrook and Glaser 2019, define fluency as a reasonably accurate reading at an appropriate rate with suitable expression that leads to accurate and deep comprehension and motivation to read. The link with the reading comprehension comes from the U.S. National Assessment of Educational Progress. It's reported that oral reading fluency strongly correlates with the reading comprehension. This is a study by Sabatini and all. Fluency develops from reading practice. So you have to have reading fluency. The National Report Panel 2000 found that a range of well-described instructional approaches to encouraging repeated oral reading result in increased reading fluency. Now, when we say these studies, these are very large-scale studies. They cover multiple school districts, multiple states. So the results are very robust. They're strong, they're trustworthy. Curriculum extension. Oral reading fluency is important not only in grade schools like second, third grade, but also important in middle schools and also at the college level. Oral reading fluency continues to predict high school reading comprehension. It also helps struggling readers through their school system. So even if you don't have a high level, you are a struggling student, and you do this exercise, it helps you also. So now Dr. Wu will take over, showing us the features and demonstrations that reading progress can.
Thank you very much. Yes. I will start from the second part of our presentation. I will focus on the features and demonstrations of reading progress. Now, here, as we have learned from Dr. Sulaiman and the previous researchers to know more about the importance of oral reading fluency. I would like to restate one more time. Oral reading fluency means the ability for students to read a text accurately at an appropriate rate and with suitable expression. So in order to know that the importance of oral reading fluencies in the reading progress program, I try to find the 5 distinctive features of reading progress I would like to share with all my colleagues in this conference. Okay, the first one is this program addressed the importance of oral reading fluency. It tries to build students' reading fluency through reading aloud tasks and regular progress monitoring. The second point is how did they do to monitor the students' progress regularly? First, in addition to provide the error corrections that the students have made during their reading aloud task, they try to calculate correct words per minute and accurate rate as well. Number 3 is the immediate feedback. Now, this is a quite important part because we are in the EFL setting. Most of the time, our students do not get sufficient exposure to authentic English. In other words, when they try to read, any text, they fail to actually get enough support either from the classroom practice, the teachers. They try to cover all the units, but they cannot do each one of them. However, this program provides an how do you say, the individualized instruction. Actually, we can see that when they finish the reading aloud task, they can see their correction instantly through the functions like auto detect. Okay, and then also the very important part is reading coach. Reading coach actually immediately provides further practice on most challenging errors. For examples, they probably will be 5 most challenging errors that the learners have made during the reading aloud task, and then they will request that the students try to practice until they got the complete accuracy. And then the number 4 features is learner-centered, non-threatening environment, which is very important for learners who, especially the EFL students, who try to practice their reading aloud task. For instance, when we ask one particular student in class to read aloud for the whole class, sometimes we realize, I mean, we also acknowledge that students they do have a high levels of anxiety when they try to read aloud in class. However, this program actually, because it's individualized, they are allowed to have unlimited attempts of reading to complete the reading task. Therefore, actually learners feel highly motivated because the environment is much more relaxed and they can try as many times as they want before they submit their final result. Okay, and then the last part, which is very important, is trying to establish a link between oral reading fluencies and comprehension. According to the online information by Microsoft Reading Progress, they're trying to do the reading comprehension test. Hopefully, they will add these features to our reading progress software program. I mean, it's an app. So these are very important because we know oral reading fluency is required for reading comprehension. According to the recent research, oral reading fluency is essential and for reading comprehension. In other words, they show the strong correlations between these two parts. So in order to have to help our students to have good reading comprehension, they have to establish oral reading fluency. So this program is set up in response to the Stanford University, the research that students actually 30% of students who fell behind during the pandemic time in terms of oral reading fluency. As we look at our EFL setting, we found out the oral reading fluency is often less emphasized, in our context for several reasons. But hopefully, this program is trying to, improve this area. Okay, now we look at the steps, or what we say, the demonstration, how it works in the reading progress. I think I will divide it into 4 different steps to give all of us, I mean, all of our colleagues have some general ideas about reading progress. The step 1, I'll focus on the setup. Okay, how do we get into the reading progress, and how do we select text as assignment? Okay, number 2, step 2, I will focus on the how to set up the parameters in the program. In other words, you will see the optional fields such as the reading levels, genres, is it fiction or nonfiction, numbers of attempts, and then also pronunciation, sensitivity, and so on. The very important feature is a reading coach. So this we will see, we'll be able to see the following, demonstration. Number 3, step 3, from the student's point of view, what does it look like when they receive the test? And number 4 is when they submit the test from the educator's point of view, and then the how we can see the error corrections. We'll focus on these areas like mispronunciation, omission, insertion, repetitions, and self-correction. Okay, and then we can further see reading coach, actually provides individualized instructions and extra exercise for practice. Okay, now we will look at the. Let me just try to minimize this to make it clear for everyone. Okay, as you have seen from the screen, this is our Teams program. Now here we have when we try to set up assignment, we need to go to assignment on your left hand side, and then you look at the here you need to put the title and then the give instructions. Here, when you try to attach any reading test, now you have a drop down menu. This is very important. It's on the attach this section. Please click the button of attach, and then you will see the reading progress in the menu, and try to click the reading menus, and then you will see the following reading progress page. Now here, we are entering into reading progress. So reading progress is a built-in, and is a free, educational app inside the Teams. Okay, so now here we will look at how do we choose the reading test. There are 2 options that we can make for all the teachers, including myself. You can import your own Word or PDF, your own reading test. And also you can have the second option. You can browse sample library provided by Reading Progress. Okay, now we take a look at, because for this demonstration purpose, we will choose to take a look at the reading sample library. From K to 12 level, you can see that up to the secondary school, the reading, you can have the words, including the text, words about 20 to 50, and all the way, you can see that even above 1,000 words. So here, let's make a example, like if I chose reading, I say everyday energy, I just highlight this and then select. So here you will move to the next slide here. From your teams, your students actually can see the reading test. You will show it to you will show it to them about the reading test. How many words? The English is from the United States. Now here, we look at all the setting here. You can change the fonts. You can do the editing. You can even change the sentence. And then after you have done all of this, you click complete. You look at the right hand side. These are the optional fields that you can add to your reading reading homework assignment. For example, like reading level is intermediate or beginning level, and then genres is fiction or non-fiction. What about the numbers of attempts the students can make? By default, the students can have unlimited attempts if they want to do more practice or they feel more comfortable, to submit the final reading. And then the time limit is no limit, but you can certainly set up, for example, if you think this is 10 minutes or the 15 minutes, the students need to finish reading the whole text, then you can certainly set up the parameters here. And the pronunciation sensitivity here, by default, that is like a medium level, but certainly you can have high sensitivity level. Now, this part is quite important for reading coach. This parts actually give the readers an example to use artificial. They will be actually monitor their progress or in terms of their errors by using artificial intelligence. Now here we need to put it on so that the functions, its functions will be on, will be available for the students. Now here, by default, and they will choose about the 5 the most challenging errors for the learners. We can also try to set up them further exercise for them based on these 5 words. It will be done automatically by reading coach. You can see the following one. The last button is whether you would like to encourage learners to use the video or not to record their reading. Then you can put it on. Okay, now we look at the following one. Step 3, from the student point of view, you can see that now this is because it's for demonstrations of this. Actually, if you have the video recording, and then this will show the students face. But if you some students don't feel comfortable, then you can choose. They can choose just audio recording. And this is start. And then as you have seen, this part. Sorry, and this part. Now you can see that if the students has finished the reading, and then you say, okay, I've done my job. Then, but if he or she is not satisfied with the result of her performance or his performance, she can start over, or he can start over, reading one more time, or his second or third, until all the things it's okay for them. Now we look at the after submission. You can the teachers will have this on the screen. The first one is auto detect. Okay. Now if we put it on, then the again you will see all the errors that will be identified. Now these are the category like miscommunication, mispronunciation, repetition, we'll continue on 2.4, which is auto-detect results. After students have submitted their read aloud task, then we can see this page is from the educator or teachers page. Now in this page, you will find that several colorful icons have been identified in terms of the error correction. Now this function is called auto detect. function. Now here we have the all types of errors here. Now, usually you can find a mispronunciation, repetition, omission, self-correction, insertion, and so on. But the most also important parts are correct words per minute and accuracy rate. Now here, as you have seen, that by clicking each word, then the teachers will be able to use the following drop down menu. Now here, the teachers will be able to make some corrections for the students. If the teachers feels that this word should be self correction or omission, then certainly it will be adjusted the errors for the students. Now we look at the following one, which is quite important for students page. After the homework has been returned to the student, you can see from the same page the same correct words per minute and accuracy rate will be identified to the students. Then you see the following ones are the same. The items of error corrections. We talk about mispronunciation, omission, insertion, repetition, self-correction, and so on. But what is so important here is the reading coach, functions actually will start here. The students will be able to be provided with the following drop-down menus. For instance, listen to the word, this word. Listen to this word that will be pronounced accurately by native speakers of English. What we say the reading coach here in this program. And then 5 of the most commonly committed mistake by the students will be identified by reading coach on your left hand side here. And then you'll be asked to have further practice on these 5 words in terms of pronunciation until you reach the full satisfactory results in terms of accurate pronunciation. Then you have the positive comments by the reading coach. This actually this function is being done by artificial intelligence. You can see that it's very individualized instruction and provided by the reading progress program. Now we look at the last part. That is very useful information by reading progress program that you can find in the insights of the MS Teams. Now they provide the analytics, like statistics, for all the educators. For example, as a group, okay, and then for each assignment, what is the average accuracy rate for the whole group? Okay, the same thing. The words per minute for the whole group as well, and how many assignments that have been done so far. Okay, now the second one that's very interesting is done by reading coach. This function, what I said, they use artificial intelligence to assess all the errors and then compile a system here. What I said is a word cloud. Now here you will see the most 5 commonly or challenging errors made by the learners provided by the program. The teachers can just click this button, try to create more exercise based on these 5 words. Then you will see the reading coach will try to list all the possible challenging errors for the learners, and then to complete further exercise. They need to they need to master the errors, in order to try to complete the test. In other words, the reading coach will help in the process to let them get accurate pronunciation. Now the following one, you can see that as a group, overall how many percentage for the mispronunciation, omission, all the items are listed here. As for individuals, you can see the reading progress, provide all the students their progress over time. Now, in terms of percentage of the accuracy rate or the word, I mean, the what we say the average word per minute, you can see these two line graph. And as for the individual performance, at the bottom, you can see also the how many percentage the learners have made the mispronunciation, all the possible errors, and their accuracy rate, and so on. So overall, we have the qualitative, data for each individual learners, as well as quantitative data for the whole group, as well as the individual learners. I think the most important part is the keyword. We need to track down or what we say the monitor the reading progress regularly. So this program actually can help us to reach that goal. Okay, now the following one will continue with the pedagogical implications.
Yeah,
Dr. Sulaiman.
we like this program so much, we just commend it for everyone. However, what we intend to do is, of course, need to precede this with research. There is a need for research to do this at each different context of education. Maybe it works very well for the American context, but now it's available worldwide. So in EFL setting, maybe there is an interaction between the technology and the school system and the teachers and the students. So that is needed to do either large-scale pilot studies or even action research done by teachers to see does this program really increase the students' oral reading fluency and reading comprehension. Okay, so the first recommendation is to fully integrate reading progress into the English curriculum, make it part and parcel of the reading instruction, because it really alleviates a lot of problems that we have with reading instruction, which means students being spotlighted, feedback is not given immediately, which means a lot of handling of all the students as a class. But this app, Reading Progress, makes you able to track students individually. So this is a good first. Second is, in fact, we need to utilize blended learning, which is a combination of teacher effort and technology in our instruction to maximize individualized learning opportunities and promote oral reading fluency. So the third application is to apply regular progress monitoring of reading with immediate feedback through reading progress to increase oral reading fluency over time. The fourth implication is to enhance motivation with a stress-free, self-paced learning and multiple attempts for reading provided by reading progress. Very good. Number 5 is to promote oral reading fluency at the macro level. This is the ultimate goal. Individual teachers cannot do so much. I mean, they need to be through the department need to decide, or within each school, the Department of English need to decide to apply this reading progress among all the teachers. And then it goes to the school district, and then it goes to the whole country at large. So this is the ultimate goal for reading progress that we envision that can be a very good help, because our students' reading scores are not that high nationally. So this program can in fact enhance their scores and improve their reading skills, especially their reading comprehension. And thank you very much, Dr. Wu.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for giving us the chance to share our experience from the point of view of research and our teaching. As we have seen that in the EFL setting, the concept of oral reading fluency is less emphasized.
Mm.
However, according to the research, it shows a strong correlation between these, the oral reading fluency and the overall reading comprehension. Therefore, it's our conviction that we want to address the issue to highlight the importance of oral reading fluency, especially in our setting that we don't have enough authentic input for our students. So this program actually can be a very helpful resource for all the our colleagues. We hope to share this our efforts and
If you have any questions, please address them to the webpage, and we'll do our best to answer each and every one. And we welcome your comments, and, your criticism, even. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
yes.
I do
It's a
have
lot.
a question. One of the questions is, this program is to be used outside class. The students do their reading outside class. My thing addresses motivation. How many of your students actually follow through with the assignments?
The teacher, in fact, assigns the reading, so it's not out of class. It's like student John, and then student Ali, and student Mohammed are addressed by the teacher to they assign one reading comprehension piece. The students go at home and continue the assignment, do it on their laptops or iPads or even iPhones, and then they send back the results after so many trials. They're given lots of chances to try and listen to feedback from the reading progress program. Then they submit the result to the teacher. The teacher then looks at all the assignments and then assigns, monitors their progress in reading. Right? So it's not really something you download from the internet and you just go play at home. No, it's something that needs to be school-based, teacher influence. That's why we say blended learning, more of a combination of teacher effort and technology.
If I can add it, my personal opinion, when it comes to the reading, and oftentimes we try to make a connection between reading and writing. So if I'm teaching cause and effect essay, as a writing a genre, I probably need to assign a reading. Of course, that is related to cause and effect an essay. In this way, students feel the need they need to actually to have a more opportunities to learn the types of genres they are working on at this moment. So I think linking this is actually will help linking the themes together will help to motivate the students to pay attention to this assignment.
Any other questions?
Yes. Another question is, do you attribute the successful completion of assignments to the idea that students are able to do the exercise as many times as they want to?
Yes, certainly, because as we have observed in class, that actually when we assign any person who read any reading task in class, we can actually come to the conclusion that not so many students have any chance to be able to read class throughout the whole semester. So this is actually for me to provide, or what we say, the maximize more learning opportunities for students and to be able to pronounce the words and get immediate feedback. This feedback is actually as authentic English. So it's for me this is very valuable resource.
Part of the success of the program, we think, is the fact that it is a forgiving medium. In other words, It takes your faults and mistakes and errors and misspelling and mispronunciation and then tells you, this is it, you try again. It's like taking a bad picture and then trying to take another better picture by your phone. So these mediums are forgiving to the user. They're very user friendly. So yeah, I think part of it is the success. The success stems from the student's ability to retake it
Mhm.
several.
And also it emphasized the very important concept in what we call the performance-based learning. We actually require our students to be able to do something, to actually read a reading
Mm.
test, which is very performance-based learning, in my opinion. Yes, yes.
Any
Or
more
any more
questions?
questions? No problem.
Okay, at this point, no more questions, but thank you so much. I know that many of us will have questions and be contacting you for it. Thank you again. I really appreciate your joining us today.
Thank you